Weep. Good morning, gang. How's everybody doing? Good. Everybody sleeping already, right? It's October 3rd already. Holy Jesus, right? Who goes away for Christmas and leaves town or Thanksgiving? Any of you go somewhere? You go somewhere? No? Most of us stay here? Okay. Because I guess there's 90 days left in the month, in the year, but it's really not 90, right? It's, 37 or something, or 62, depending on how many days you put in. So kind of keep that in mind. A bunch of stuff to get to today, primarily from our one and only ROC title folks. That's Justin. He can't hear us, so we can make fun of him if we'd like to, or maybe he can hear us now that he looked up, but I don't think he can. I'm on mute for him, right? Okay, let's cover some stuff before we get to Justin, or maybe not. I got to turn it on, Tim, right? What do you think, Suze? Come on. It's working a minute ago. Little button, Tim. Suze, help? I didn't do anything. I actually have it on. I'm actually hitting the button. It's October maybe. That's the problem. How do we... Is it working now? Magic. You get it? Of course, there you go. Sue's got it. All right, guys. We're going to get to ROC title today. Tim was supposed to be here, but he's not going to be here. That's why we have Justin. Tim had something with the family that he had to attend to, so we apologize for not being here. But as you'll see, and please do me a favor, make sure you take the handout when you leave, even if you throw it away, which of course you will not do that, or at least not when one of us are looking, okay? But take it from the room, because there's a lot of stuff in there that we don't get to that's important, that you guys need to know about. And I know, just looking at what Heather supplied me with, and Justin and Tim, ROC title has a bunch of stuff coming up, a bunch of training classes that are on Zoom and live. And they're all in that packet, but we might not get to every slide in the packet. So the Christmas party is still on, okay? If you haven't scanned the QR code, hop on there. It's $11, best deal in town. Stoney's at the Santa Fe. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have cowboy hats on, I think. Or that's the rumor, at least. So it should be a lot of fun. And all the money goes to our charity, which is Home for Spot. Does anyone know who Home for Spot is? I do. That a girl, Suze. Really cool animal rescue charity. And I didn't realize this. My dog, Bella, who's, 10, 11 years old, I bought her at a Petco on a whim. Stupid whim, walking by, jumping up and down, I buy her. And Home for Spot was selling it to me because they rescued her from somebody. So who knows? It's fun.
They rescued from kill shelters.
From kill shelters, very nice, exactly. So, okay, so it's a great charity. It's local, it's in town. The money goes right to them. So come on down. And the 125 seats will go pretty quick. So come December, 8th or 9th, you want to go, you probably won't be able to, because that's all we can handle now is 125, okay? We talked about referring 3 agents in. You get your dues paid for a year. Some of you have done that. Haya's not here. Haya has been nice enough to send me a couple of agents lately. Steffi's always good at it. Mary's always good at it. But corporate is doing something one step further. If you send someone into me or Wendy, and we hire them this month, not June of 25, we hire them this month, you go into a raffle, and the winner gets $1,111. So I don't know how many hires we do in a month as a company. Let's say 40, 10 each office, which is kind of high. So you have a pretty good shot. If you send somebody in, it's going to be $1,100. It's going to be a live. Pat Kelly, the president of the company, no relation to me, of course, is going to do some sort of Wheel of Fortune thing with the names of the agents on it, live on Facebook, to determine who gets the $1,100. So it'll be a nice little game. So send your agents in. We'd appreciate that. As a matter of fact, this is who we've hired in the last 3 months. So if you can see, this was a good month. That was 13. Last month was 11. That month was 5. And all the offices are pretty similar. It's not like we hire twice as many as Southwest. No, we're all pretty much close for the most part, okay? So it'll give you a shot to win $1,100. What the hell, right? Okay. Speaking of money, we all know what this is, right? Who hasn't paid their dues yet? Come on, don't raise your hand. You raise your hand. Look at, she's honest. She raised her hand. Look at that. Okay, Brittany didn't pay. Well, you got to pay. That a girl, last minute, baby, that a girl, okay. That's it, that's it. Keep that money earning interest, nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with that. I used to have a buddy back home when I growing up. He would pay his bills and write out all the checks. Those are the days when he wrote out the checks, put them in an envelope, a little window envelope. And let's say he had 10 bills. He would put a sticky note on each one with a date when he would mail it to that electric company or the power company. I said, dude, what are you doing? No, Tim, they ain't getting my money. A minute too soon. That's my money. It stays in my account. And needless to say, he's much wealthier than I am right now. So he did something right, that I didn't do. So make sure you pay those things, okay? I think it's $300. You all know about this. Make sure you have it in your packet. Give you an idea. Last year we did 2.2 billion. Actually, it was 2.0 billion. We just broke 2 billion last year. That's why we got hit with that fine from the lawsuit, right? So that's what we did last year, and we did 6,021 deals last year, all 4 companies. Okay, for a Realty One Group t-shirt, how many deals have we done this year so far? All 4 companies. Take a guess. So if we did 6,000 last year in 12 months, in 23. How many have we done this year up to now in 24? In other words, are we ahead of last year? Are we behind last year? Or are we about the same? I got less. I got less. Who says less? Okay. Who says more? Who doesn't really give a shit? No, I'm kidding. Just kidding, just kidding. Just kidding. Sorry, Kuba. As of this moment, we have done... Shit, I'm fucking it up. What is it? Okay, 13, 0. What number goes there?
4.
4, 5, 7, 6. We've done just about as many deals in 9.5 months as we did all of last year. Who knew? I didn't know. I mean, it's not something where we look at all the time. And that was $2 billion. This equates to how much, you think? 2.2. Whoever said that is a genius. That a girl. 2.2. So we've done almost the same amount of deals, and we've done more transaction volume. So I don't know if people say the business is slow, or it's not slow for everybody, because somebody's making some money here, gang. So interesting little tidbit here. All right, some more trivia while I'm here. This is the amount of agents in each office. Which one of those is Southwest?
421. 319.
I got 319, 421, 297. The Southwest is which one is Northwest?
297.
290. Who said 494? Who said 494? Me. Not a chance. Sorry. 494 is the biggest office. Which is the biggest office? All right, guys. It shouldn't be that hard here, okay? All right. Jesus. So which one is Northwest and which one is Green Valley?
297. 297 is Northwest.
Very nice. There you go. See? Not that this is any trivial BS that you guys need to know, but hey, listen, you never know. That's how we always say we have 1,600 agents in the company. I think it's 1,584 or something if you add it up or whatever. But we tell everybody 1,600. So that's the size of each office. So, but this is pretty cool that we're ahead of last year. Who knew? So that's why this slide is really powerful. Even if you meet a buyer, it's mostly for sellers, but even if you meet a buyer, I whip this baby out or send it to them. Okay. Don't forget the YouTube channel. We had 219 subscribers as of 9/6. I didn't check today, but hopefully we have like 220. One more person joined here, So go to the YouTube channel, like it, subscribe to it. That's where Vianney is posting everything that she records for us. Everything. 239. Look at that. Woohoo! 239. Take that. 239 on October. What is today? 3rd? 4th? All right. All right. 240. Well, we'll leave it at 239. Good, but that'll grow. Good job. 240. 300 would be nice, because we have 500 agents in the office. The chance of getting all of you to subscribe is like 0, let's be honest, okay? It's just not going to happen. But 240 out of 500, I'll take it. Upcoming stuff here. What do we have? Don't forget the chili cook-off and Thanksgiving Day. We're going to have a big turkey or 2 or 3, depending on how many of you RSVP. So we need to know if you're going to come. Do we get 1 turkey, 2 turkeys, 3 turkeys? It's important. So you need to tell us you're coming. And if you do come, it would be nice if you didn't come empty-handed. Bring something. A box of donuts, I don't care. Just bring something, homemade, whatever, macaroni and cheese, whatever you want to make, but kind of bring something, that'd be nice. And then the chili cook-off is always a lot of fun. We have a contest to see whose chili was who liked which one the best. How many do we normally have, Suze? How many people?
Last year we had 10 to 13.
Yeah, so we'll have 10.
Pretty good turnout.
Yeah, 10 to 15. We all either make it or buy it at Albertsons and mix it up and bring it in your crock pot. Nothing wrong with that. I do that every year, but no one knows because you don't know what my crock pot looks like. But hey, it is what it is. We put these up here all the time because they're that important. Every Monday, you need to go on Justin's class or at least watch it after it's done. And this was changed to every 3rd Thursday, the one orientation. He doesn't do it every Thursday because this is primarily geared towards brand new agents to join the company. So for him to do it every week, we don't have enough, we're not hiring that many people to attend the class. So once a month, he'll do that on the 3rd Thursday. Very similar to what me and Jeff do on the first Wednesday of the month called onboarding. We did that yesterday. There was about 10 of you on that. That was kind of a nice turnout with all the vendors. You got to meet Lisa and Heather and Nora and everybody else, okay? So don't forget these 2. There's RevUp for the newer agents here. You know what RevUp is. It's only on Zoom. Wendy's doing number 10 tomorrow. Are you doing? No, 8.
I'm doing Wednesday,
8.
Thursday night.
Jeff is doing 8, and then Wendy's finishing up for the last 2. In case you're curious, we all know who John Stahl is. You know the name, right? He's Wendy's counterpart in Green Valley. He's no longer the sales manager. We fired his ass. No, I'm kidding. No, John, I'm just messing, John. No. John has decided to stay at Realty One Group. He's a realtor, and just get out of the training, get out of the management part of it. And he's been part of it longer than me. He's been here longer than me. So he's still going to be there. I don't know if he's going to have an office. Probably not going to have an office, but he's going to be an agent. And who knows, maybe he'll start a team or something. So he's kind of semi-retired, okay? They have a new guy they hired, we think. So we're not gonna, I don't want to say the name yet because who knows? He might change his mind. But it's someone from KW that's coming over that was in a similar role who is joining Jim down in the Green Valley office, okay? So if you see John, wish him good luck. We're all jealous that he's leaving and we're still working. Some stats. This is actually 79 and change. I did this late yesterday, so this morning I hopped on. It was 7921 total listings, which is still amazing. I don't, it's going up and up and up. Last year we had 5,000. Today we have almost 8,000, and the prices are still the same, if not even better. Okay, so it's like a broken record every week. Eventually, this is going to go down. These numbers, the value, it has to. Well, maybe it doesn't have to. I don't know. What do I know? I mean, maybe we'll have 10,000 listings and the value keeps going up. Usually, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so if you have a buyer, get them off the fence. If you have a seller, get them off the fence. Sometimes at the end of the year, a lot of people just hibernate. They don't want to do anything. But it's usually the best time to sell your house. It's a pain in the ass to some people, but it really is a good time because the people looking are really serious. They really are. They have better things to do during Thanksgiving or Christmas week than look at a house. So that only implies that they really want to buy something. So that's the stats for October of last year. We'll get to them next week. We don't have all of September's. This was what I think the total was for September. Sales, 1,600 single family and 2,200 total, but we don't have the official numbers from LVR. We'll get them in a day or two, but it's pretty close to that, okay? And this has actually gone up a couple of days. That used to be 30, 31, right? Now it's up to 35, so that's kind of going up a little bit there. That's October of last year. Don't forget the 6 guides that NAR gave us. Everybody, Conrad, baby. Everyone say hello to Conrad. Conrad, thank you for coming, Big Phil. Yeah, there he is, there he is. All right, Conrad. Don't forget, these are the 6 handouts from NAR, the guides. You should have them. Take out the appropriate one and send it to a buyer or a seller. It'll make your conversation about the BBR a much simpler thing to do. I don't think John is with us today. I think he's in the Southwest. He did, or he's hiding from us because he said in October the rates would be 5.5. Are they 5.5?
Yeah.
Almost.
All right, I think we're pretty close, right? Who's closed a loan lately? I mean, is it 5.5? Could it be? I think it might be, right?
Close.
Close? Is it under 6?
Under 6, yeah.
Okay. Well, we should ask you. Come on, more.
I mean, we got the mortgage, you guys have the Mortgage News Daily app. It just gives everyone general information. There's a mortgage calculator. It's just great to follow the market day to day.
What are they saying the rates are?
5.875 today.
Okay, okay. Now it varies from FHA to VA to conventional to 850 credit score.
VA 5.375.
Okay, okay. Now I don't know if I have a 600 FICO as a veteran, if I'm going to get that. You know, maybe it's FICO score driven sometimes, right? Yeah.
15-year 4.875.
Wow, okay. Your payment's a little bit bigger, but you get it over with quicker. Okay, good stuff. But yeah, that app is good. MortgageNewsDaily.com, right?
Yeah, or just an app.
Or just the app, right,
News Daily,
yeah.
But it shows you like daily indicators.
Of where it's going? Okay. Yeah, so John might be right. Maybe he's hiding out because he doesn't want to come in, but he might be right. So we'll see you soon, John. Maria, everything, are they all being good?
We're good.
Really? Wow. Okay, we don't have any checks. We're still holding the $90,000 check? No, we gave it out?
We gave it out.
He or she filled out all the forms? Got everything at the Sky Slope? No shit. Yeah. It's funny how when the money comes in, you guys get very motivated to put your stuff into Sky Slope. You know, during the whole process, I'll get around to it, Tim. Yeah, but when the money is here, God help it, you guys get that stuff up there really quick. It's funny how that works out, okay? But we're going to reiterate, you got to get it to Maria if you're using her or yourself at the Sky Slope within 3 days. Because there are companies that I know of, not us, that have been fined because they've been audited, okay? And they audit the file, and they walk in, and they say to me or Wendy or Maria, can you get me the file on Banana Street? We went to Sky Slope, and there's no Banana Street. We got nothing. We got zero because it's at your house, Doug. No, not Doug. Okay, or you didn't upload it. Oh, Tim, I got it saved on my computer. Doesn't give a shit. That's a fine for us and for you. So upload the stuff, please, please, please. This is how to upload the BBRA. I think you all know how to do that by now. It's a very simple process. You just follow the 10 steps. Really easy, and you got to get that in there within 3 days. Also, you can't hold on to that. Okay? What if you get it signed by the buyer today, and then you send it to Maria tomorrow, and then I get it Monday to sign? Those 2 days before I sign it, can you show houses?
Yes.
Yeah?
I hope so.
Yes, yeah. So it doesn't need the broker signature for you to take them out. Some agents think that's the case. Okay? So no. As soon as they sign it and the agent signs it, go show some houses, okay? That's every Thursday with Maria, every other Thursday. If you really need her help on anything, transaction desk, matrix, templates, let her know in advance. And after the meeting, she'll stay for a half hour, 20 minutes to help you out here. She doesn't have enough time for you, big fella. You need a lot of hours, okay? No, I'm only kidding. But that's every Thursday. All right, gang. How do we get Justin in now, Suze, before I mess it all up? There's a bunch of stuff. There she is, Heather Mirage, everybody. I'm just going to go through these slides real quick. All of this stuff is really cool ROC title stuff. Really, really good stuff. Okay? Let's see if Justin can see us or hear us.
Justin, can you hear us?
Good morning, guys.
All right, let's make him a little louder. Let's make you a little louder here. Let's see here. Say hello, Justin.
Hello, hello.
Okay, beautiful. Hey, thank you for jumping in for Tim real quick. I hope he's okay. I know a little family thing happened, but
Absolutely.
we're thinking about him depending on what it is. So, but we're thrilled that you're here to jump on in. So
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Excited to talk to you guys today about one of my favorite topics, couple topics, I guess, lead gen and ultimately discipline at the end of the day, right? And time blocking and scheduling. First of all, I can't believe we're in October. I don't know about you guys, but Q4 2024, it's here. We're finishing up the year. Hopefully you guys are meeting your goals or getting close to them. I know the market's been obviously not ideal, but I'm fully confident that the next couple of years, especially 2025, is going to pick up and get busy, which is why I want to make sure that all of our agents are laying the foundation and doing those daily activities, those revenue generating activities that is going to help you either finish strong in Q4 or at least set you up in 2025 to have a very strong start. So we're going to talk about CMAs today, but first of all, I want to ask you all, and I can kind of see everyone in the room, who in the room, and be honest, right, because this is our business, we don't have to worry about what other people are thinking, but who in the room sets aside time every single day for lead generation? You can raise your hand. Okay, there's a couple people in the back, right? It's so funny to me because I study like the psychology behind the human brain and all the different factors that go into play, and I totally get it, and it's can seem overwhelming, but that's why I always try to find ways to simplify things, right? We've done a class, I believe in Summerlin before, about simple CMAs, which I already shared the templates in the closed Summerlin group there that you guys can go and take advantage of those. But daily lead generating activities, setting that time aside. Maybe it's an hour a day to start. Maybe it's 2 hours a day. My question would be to you, why haven't we implemented that? Do we not think it's important? Do we not have the time? Not put it in there? I mean, if somebody called you right now and asked for an appointment, we're not going to miss that appointment, correct? But we need to have that same mindset for our time blocking in those revenue generating tasks. So if you're going to set aside an hour a day, again, I start small because I want you guys to get wins and not get overwhelmed and stop doing it. So if you start small, 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, would you imagine that would substantially change the trajectory of your business in the coming months, or at least your pipeline? The answer is probably yes, right? And so how can we do that? Well, probably through some simple CMAs, especially as the market continues to change direction, go in the right direction. If rates continue to go in the right direction, everyone's going to get a lot busier. So I want you guys to be able to capture that market share and already be in homeowners' minds of who they're going to reach out when that time actually comes. So I would encourage you all, I'm going to go through the templates that I shared, but I would encourage you all to set the time aside. If maybe it's an hour a day, 2 hours a day, maybe it's not even time-based. Maybe it's 3 CMAs a day. Maybe 3 CMAs a day. And I'm not talking about complicated CMAs. I'm talking about a one-pager or the text template that I'm going to share with you guys. If you did 3 CMAs a day, just simple math, that's 90 a month, right? If you created 90 more conversations, because that's what this is, we're trying to create more conversations. Conversations lead to more deals. The average is 50 conversations lead to 1 closed deal. 50 conversations lead to 1 closed deal. That's the average. So we got to work the math backwards, okay? But if you did 3 CMAs a day, that's 90 in 1 month. How many have we set in the previous 30 days? Or how much time have we set aside in the previous 30 days? Or the last 6 months? Right? Again, it comes down to that discipline. It comes down to putting it on your calendar and not deviating from that, not getting distracted. That has to be just as important as going to that appointment or creating that flyer or updating your website or working on your database, right? All those different things, we have to set the time aside in our business so that we can move forward. We got to be able to move the needle. So what if we made those simple CMAs part of our daily routine and proactively offered homeowners, even homeowners who may not have in their head that they are thinking about moving, right? We got to create that curiosity. That's why when you go through these templates, I'm going to give you guys just a simple script, very simple. You're going to send this over to them. You're going to say something like, hey, Tim, just wanted to send over the latest industry valuations. I have my opinion, but I'm curious about yours. And then, right? We got to get comfortable with that silence. If you're sending a text, they're probably going to text you back. Hey, man, these seem low. But what do you think? Or this is right where I was thinking. But, you know, what about rates, right? The whole goal is just to create more conversations. Again, conversations lead to more closed deals. So we got to work backwards, got to add it in there. But we have to add it into our daily routine. We got to add it into our daily routine. Those revenue generating tasks. So again, maybe you're a morning person, so you're gonna do these in the morning, 3 a day. Or maybe it's in the evening, or maybe midday. Again, we're not going in RPR and creating a whole big CMA packet, right? We're gonna do that after they raise their hand and say, yeah, no, I am curious. You know, these seem low. Well, hey, Tim, I kind of agree with you. I think it does seem low. Let me dive deeper into the data, and I'll send you a comprehensive CMA so that you can see a little bit more detailed information and that you have the information so you can make an informed decision, right? You're just creating an additional conversation in there. Your pipeline does not grow on its own. We have to put ourselves in an environment and in a position that will create more conversations. Do we agree that we have to talk to people to generate leads?
Of course, yes.
Right? We have to have those conversations. They're just not going to come to us. We can either wait for the opportunity or we can go and create the opportunity. And again, in Q4, I want you guys to maybe jot down on your paper or think about it. Where are you at with your goals? Do you remember where your goals were at the beginning of the year? Where are we at with that? And if we know that we have to have 50 conversations to lead to a closed deal, even if you wanted to close one transaction a month, so you got to break it down. 50 conversations in 30 days will potentially lead you to at least one closed deal. We had one closed deal consistently every single month. Would that be more than what you had consistently this year? Who in the room had closed one deal every month?
Show off.
Okay? A couple people. I want to see more. Conrad, I see you. Right? I want to see more of you. Get those. But we just have to get in front of more people, and we can do that by just sending out simple CMA. So I'm going to share my screen real quick just so you guys can see these. Let me come here. There are Canva templates. Again, if you attended one of our classes before, you probably saw these. I have a letter size, which you see here, fully editable. You swap out all your information. Here's the thing, guys. It doesn't have to be Zillow. It doesn't have to be Redfin. Doesn't have to be, I put Open Doors icon there, but some agents like RPR, maybe you're going to put their valuation in. Whatever valuations you want to use, it's up to you. It's less about this and more about just sending them out, right? They see their Zillow. They're on Redfin. They're on these platforms. But you're creating an opportunity to create curiosity and to create the conversation for them to raise their hand or at least respond and say, hey, no, even if they say, you know, I'm not interested, whatever it is, and be like, well, I want your opinion because I'm working with other people that live near you. What is your opinion on these? Or maybe you flip it to a referral script. Hey, no worries, Tim. Do you happen to know any neighbors or anyone that may be interested or would find this information useful for their own home? Right? Don't be afraid to ask those questions to see if they know anybody. But as you can see, it's super simple here, right? You're going to put the homeowner name if you're going to physically send this in the mail, maybe in an envelope, tri-folded with a stamp, or you're going to drop it off to them. It's specific to their address. You're going on Zillow, Redfin, Open Door, RPR, whatever it is. You're pulling this data, throwing it in there. You know, I put Summerlin in here for today's class, but you can put your own market. Maybe you sell in, you know, other parts as well, or you're farming in certain areas. But simply, I have my opinion on these industry valuations. I'm curious to hear yours. Give me a call or text me directly, right? Not complicated. You could easily send 3 of these out within an hour. Do we think that's possible?
Yes.
Yes.
You can send 3 of these out in an hour. Same with the text, right? It's just a lot smaller. Okay, so you don't have a whole lot of verbiage, but what you're going to put in there is that simple text. Hey, I've got my opinion. I wanted to update you on these industry valuations. I have my opinion on them. I'm curious to hear yours. Boom. Wait for the response. Okay? Add their address. Again, you can change all of these different valuations and customize it however you want it, your branding, all that good stuff. I put these in the Summerlin Realty One Group closed group right over here. You guys can go take a look at those and save them somewhere in here. There they are, right? So you can go there and take advantage of those. But that's half the battle, right? 50% of the battle is knowing what to do. The other half of the battle is implementing it and taking action on it.
Hey, Justin, sorry to interrupt, and I should know this, but I don't. That closed group you're talking about for Summerlin, where is that? Is it in Canva? Is it in Facebook? Is it in Suzanne's file? It's in our,
It's your
it's in our-
office Facebook group.
That's where it is, correct? In our Facebook page, okay.
Yes, in your Facebook page.
Got
Yeah,
it.
if you scroll down, I did a post. The links are there, the letter size, and the text template.
Oh, you just did it
so you
now,
guys
okay.
can go and take advantage of
Got
this.
it, okay. Thank you.
Of course. But what I want you guys to do is so we just got into Q4, so maybe it's for the month of October. For the month of October, I would encourage you all to send 3 of these a day. Who are we going to send those to? Well, your sphere of influence, for sure your past clients, anyone you know that owns a home, your neighbors, right? All those people. I would anticipate that everyone in the room would know at least 3 people a day that they could send this to.
Thank you.
Do it for 30 days. You're not only building up your pipeline, creating more conversations, but we're creating a habit. Because when I asked in the very beginning, who in the room sets aside the time every single day for prospecting or lead gen, there's only a couple hands raised consistently. We can't miss an opportunity. And as we're nearing the end of the year and as we're anticipating the next year to be much busier, we got to lay the groundwork, not just marketing, but we got to lay down the discipline and the habits that we know can grow our business. So again, I want whatever you guys can do on a daily basis for the month of October, from today until the end of the month. How many CMAs can you commit to sending out? Whether it's in the mail, a text message, a phone call, maybe a video version. If any of you use BombBomb, amazing platform, love that platform, right? And you're walking them through a quick valuation. Now it's a video with you talking into it. You're able to connect a little bit more. You're just sharing your screen and you're talking. Could just be literally sharing this. Hey, I just want to pull the industry valuations. Tim, I got my opinion. I'm curious to hear yours. And then quiet, right? We have to get comfortable with just not over purging, giving them over information. We want them to raise their hand. We want them to create that curiosity and ultimately have that quick conversation with them. And then those that do raise their hand, that's where we're going to go in and dive deeper, right? That's where we're going to go in and do a deeper CMA, whether it's RPR or your own version or whatever it is, and you're going to get that to them, let's say, in the next 24 hours. They raise their hand, they have the conversation, now they have something, maybe a little booklet or a packet or something about you with the full CMA within 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, right? Whatever the timing is. But what does that process look like? But you got to start. You got to at least put it on your calendar, and you can't deviate from that. Again, just like an appointment, just like something super that you value highly in your life, that you would not miss that appointment. That's how we have to feel about some of these other lead revenue generating tasks that we should be doing on a daily basis. It has to be important, especially if we want to grow, right? If we don't have those daily habits or that discipline, we're going to see those waves. The agents that I work with that have a consistent prospecting or time blocking schedule on their calendar, those are the ones that don't have the ebbs and flows, right? They're a little bit more consistent on their closings, their pipeline. And I want to fill up your guys' pipeline. And we can do that through these CMAs. Everyone wants more listings, right? But how do we get those? Yes, we get referrals, we get calls in. That's waiting, that's passive. We have to go out and create the opportunities. We have to go out and create the market. And we have everything we need to be able to do that. So again, your homework is deciding, am I going to do 1 a day in October, 3 a day in October, 10 a day in October, maybe 15? 15 a day for the next 30 days is 450 CMAs. That's probably more CMAs than a lot of us agents have sent maybe in our career, right? It's a lot. But we have to break it down, right? On a daily basis. And then we go through the process. And then after 30 days, you know what you can do? You can look back and say, wow, that wasn't that hard. I had a lot of really good conversations. I had a bunch of people ask questions, create curiosity. I've got my pipeline building. I'm going to do it again. But this month, I'm going to double it. Right? I'm going to go through and I'm going to stay consistent with it. And then guaranteed, it's bulletproof, guys. It's built. We're built in data. We know 50 conversations leads to a closed deal. All we have to do is work the data backwards. But we got to break it down, right? Because we think of 450 CMAs. Oh my gosh, that's overwhelming. Yeah, all at once for sure. But let's break it down, right? Each day. And I'm not saying 15, right? You can start with 3. It's just like when people ask me, well, how often should I post on social media? Well, if you want to get to A to B in a very short amount of time, the answer is overwhelming, right? If you're on TikTok, you're like 7 posts a day. It's insane to work the algorithm. But that's not manageable. It's not manageable in this business. So I don't encourage that. I always want you guys to start with a number and a process that can be managed, doesn't seem overwhelming, because when we start to feel overwhelmed, that's where we start deviating. That's where we start giving up on those. And I don't want that for you guys. That's why I've created this simple CMA. It's just a quick graphic. Their eyes go directly to the home values, the pricing, and then it generates a response for them. They're going to immediately look at that and say, oh, wow, that's more than I thought, or wow, typically, that's lower than I thought, right? That's usually what we hear. Like, you know what, I agree with you. I'm going to dive deeper in this data, and I'm going to, in the next 24 or 48 hours, I'll get you a more comprehensive CMA of what I think would be your valuation. Right? This is high level. Now that you raise your hand, I'm going to get you a much deeper analysis for your home. And then when you deliver that in the next 24 to 48 hours, they're like, oh my gosh, right? It changes. Just like if you're doing open houses and you meet homeowners. Are they getting a CMA within 24 to 48 hours? Or do they just go in your database or some type of tracking, right? But we got to take action on that. We got to be able to, again, just create that curiosity. Majority of agents, and don't forget, guys, I was an active agent as well, so I get it. That's why my passion went into coaching and training, okay? But most agents spend 90% of their time on non-revenue generating tasks. We gotta bring that down. We gotta bring that down, okay? So next time during your day, right, it's even reflecting on what your day-to-day looks like. That's why I brought up discipline and routine. Routine doesn't have to be boring. In business, you gotta have routine. You gotta have that daily routine where maybe you wake up in the morning and you're starting your day with some exercise or meditation or reading something positive to kind of set the trajectory. And then maybe every day at 7 o'clock or every day at 8 a.m., that's 8 a.m. to 9, 8 a.m. to 10. That's time block for my lead gen and prospecting. That's time block for, in 1 hour, I'm going to challenge myself. In 1 hour, from 8 to 9, I'm going to challenge myself to get 3 of these CMAs out. Maybe in 30 minutes you do 3 and you're like, okay, I'm going to do 3 more, right? So whether it's based on time allotted or a number of the CMAs that you're actually going to send out, but you got to write down that goal. You got to make it a realization and bring it into reality. Okay, so maybe it's 3 a day is your goal. You're going to write that down in October, and then what I want you guys to do today is figure out what time during the day or what your daily time blocking is going to be for that lead gen, for your prospecting. Who in here, when's the last time, have you sent a CMA out in the last 30 days? Raise your hand. Right. Again, I want you guys to finish the year strong. Maybe you've hit your goals, maybe not. Maybe you're close. But I encourage you to put something on your calendar every single day through this month. You accomplish that, you're going to be more apt to do it again in November, do it again in December, and it just becomes a part of your business. just becomes a part of your business. Okay? So either you're emailing this, you're physically sending it in the mail, dropping it off, or you're going to send it through a text. Or you're going to flip it and do a video. Maybe do a video with it. Right? We've done training on videos in that office before, and maybe I'm creating this graphic and then I'm doing a green screen just like this. This isn't my real background, unfortunately. It's beautiful. Right? Do a video back and you're pointing to the data, make it a little bit more personalized. Again, I love BombBomb, but you could just simply do it on your phone as well with one of those. Do we feel like we could commit to 3 CMAs a day? Who can commit to 3 CMAs a day? Who could commit to time blocking, prospecting time and lead gen time on their calendar? And my question to you guys in the room, maybe Tim, you can help this, is what do you feel, and I appreciate everyone's participation, truly, because we're all here to help each other. This is why I love this company and all of our agents, because we're so collaborative. But my question to you guys, as we, finish up here, what do you feel is the biggest thing holding you back from time blocking or putting time into prospecting and lead gen in your daily? Who's brave?
They don't know who to call.
What do you guys feel is holding you back?
Fear,
Myself.
lack of motivation.
Lack of motivation, yep. I get that, right? Especially when we've been in a market and time where it's been very tough. And not to mention, we've had a couple changes this year, right? A couple big changes, lots of stuff going on. So we can kind of, become burnt out maybe, overwhelmed. Where do I start? That's why just start simple, right? And some big times when I get unmotivated, I just counter that with trying to implement some other positive things in my life. That's why I said every morning, maybe, I either listen to a podcast or I'm always reading books or, maybe going for a walk. The weather's starting to get better, just to start your day on a positive note. And then that motivation starts to come back into your life, right? That light bulb starts to come back on. So what is that one thing that you can kind of push yourself into, and then it just starts snowballing from there, and you kind of get back to yourself, kind of get back into the business? Motivation's a big one. I agree. And ourself, right? I love studying the human mind and psychology behind it, because we are our biggest block, ourselves. Whether it's fear, right? Oh, I fear that I'm going to send a CMA out and I'm just going to get rejected. I'm going to get shut down. Right? We're going to get rejected in things in life no matter what. It's going to happen. Okay? But we have to lead forward, and this is huge with Realty One Group in general. We have to lead forward with value. Right? We have to lead forward with authenticity and purpose. Our purpose is to make sure that the consumers and the homeowners that we're talking to have accurate information. Maybe they text you back or get back to you like, yeah, all the news is talking about all the changes with the NAR settlement and buyer compensation, all this other stuff, right? Well, then that's an opportunity for us to educate them. That's an opportunity for us to give them the facts, especially in the local market. Even when they talk about data and we see real estate news online, right? That's nationwide. Vegas is strong. I'm in Phoenix right now. Phoenix is strong. We're very similar in our markets, right? We have a lot of businesses moving here. We have a lot of people moving here. I can feel it on the freeway, whether I'm in Phoenix or Vegas. I think you all can too.
Yes.
We're very strong markets. So again, I really, really encourage you guys to take the time. This is your homework. Take the time and find what time of the day. Maybe it's early in the morning, right? As the day goes on, you get a little bit more tired and exhausted, and things start to fall to the wayside. But maybe it's in the morning from 7 to 8 or 8 to 9, or start with 1 hour. Maybe it's 2 hours. You're going to see how long it takes you, right? So what time during the day are you going to dedicate to prospecting and lead gen? And then how many of these CMAs do you want to do each day, right? What is your goal? 3 is a nice round number. And again, each of these shouldn't take more than 10, 15 minutes, right? You're just pulling the data, figuring out who you're going to send it to. Again, your sphere, past clients, your neighbors, basically anyone that you know owns a home. I would love on November 1st for one of you, many of you, to email me and say, hey, I just sent out 3 a day, I hit my 90, I've had this many conversations, and this many people raise their hand, and or I had these appointments or whatever it may be, right? I would love that for you guys, but we gotta take an action on it. So again, simple CMAs. This is the text version. You can go in the Facebook group, Summerlin Facebook group, and click on it. It's fully editable. You change everything you want on it. Same for the letter size, whichever one you guys feel comfortable doing. And obviously, if you guys have any questions with Canva or anything, you can feel free to email me, or if you need help with scripting or any other marketing materials or anything like that, feel free to email me, justin@roctitle.com, justin@roctitle.com. Again, guys, I really want you to at least try this. If you can't commit to 30 days, commit to the next 7. Commit to the next 5. Break it down smaller. As humans, we get excited with those small wins. All those small wins add up to some pretty big results. So start with what you feel comfortable with and that you can commit to consistently, and then just build from there. Any questions in the room?
Anybody for Justin? Nobody? No? We all got it down? All right.
Do we feel like we can do this? Who in the room is going to actually do it? Who's going to do it? We're going to call it a CMA Day Challenge.
All right. Keep your hand up. We're going to have proof of this, baby. All right. Let's see. All right.
Everyone's hand.
We got a picture, Justin, of every hand that went up. So we're going to hold them to it.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate, again, giving me the time to speak today. And again, as we near the end of the year, please let Rock Title, let us know, let Heather know what we can do to help you guys. We're partners in this together, and we have a lot of resources and different things that we can help you guys with. And are we loving the new NetSheet app, Rock Agent?
Mm-hmm.
Has everybody used it? If you haven't signed up for it yet, please get with Heather. We'll get it downloaded on your phone. It's the #1 NetSheet app in the nation. We just launched it and super excited to have that in your guys' toolbox as well, especially for those sellers and buyers.
Thank you, Justin.
Justin, thank you, man. Thank you. Woo-hoo!
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic rest of your day and weekend.
Thank you much. Thanks, Justin. Suze, could you kill that and pull the other one up while I do this? Hey, a couple of handouts. Make sure you know about this. This is from Rock Title. And what you all should be doing before you get a listing should be reaching out to Heather to get potentially a title report pulled for you, but that might be a little much, but at a minimum, a property profile. Okay? And then there's some language in here that you're going to put in the agent remarks as an incentive to try to get the deal over to Rock Title. And it's in there is a discount. The buyer and the seller both get a 30% discount of the escrow fees. That's huge. Okay, it's not thousands of dollars, but it's not common. I think some of the other title companies have something similar. They all kind of jump on the bandwagon, after a while.
Can I add something too?
Yeah, please.
I'll just stand up real quick. So as Justin was talking, I thought that was amazing information. But on this calculator, the NetSheet app that we keep talking about on Rock Agent, there is, if you go to the calculator section, there's different calculator options. One is an equity review. And on the equity review, so when you do the daily CMAs and you get somebody that is interested and wants a more detailed one, go to the calculator on here and just ask them a couple questions. So I did this for myself. I put my home address in there. It pulls in something called HomeLink. And on HomeLink, it'll pull up the last loan recorded and the average interest rate for that time. It's not 100% accurate. So for me, I refinanced in 2020, like a lot of people, got really low interest rate. So it said the average interest rate is 3.19. My interest rate is 2.25, and I'm on a 15-year loan. This calculates it at 30 years. So you can just go in there and you can adjust it, but it's a great question, a follow-up question if someone is interested, and say, I see that the average interest rate was 3.19, and you took out your loan, does that sound right, or did you get lower than that? What is your interest rate? And then you can calculate that in here, ask them if they're 15 or 20 or 30-year loan, and then ask them what they, for some reason you have to put the purchase price in the calculator. I don't know why. I'm just gonna see if that can get fixed. But if you add that in there, it'll pull up a nice little sheet to send to people, and it'll show their equity on top of what you think your house is worth. So it looks really pretty, and people like to see that they have $500,000 in equity. And if you don't want to play around on the little teeny screen, just go to ROCagentapp.com, and you can see it on your computer, and you can play around on there and email it and do everything that the phone does. So if you guys have questions on that, see me after. Thanks.
Good stuff, gang. Good stuff.
Oh,
ROC Agent App.
Agent App, APP.
ROCagentapp.com.
Yeah, and there you go. And
You'll
so
see
you can get it on your phone,
Right.
which is just ROC Agent. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah,
Thanks.
pretty. Also, a couple other things. You guys have been asking me about the script that we created many moons ago about how's the market. Okay, you should know this script. How's the market? How to answer it. Okay, I gave you guys that. And there's a new thing coming out at LVR. It was posted today in the message of the day, and I've heard about this for about a month. Different podcasts I jump on. It's called Cuba Casa, C-U-B-I Casa. And I think it's free, but there might be a nominal charge, like Palm Agent is $10 a year. But how many of you print up a floor plan for your buyer when you go look at a house? Exactly, nobody. Nobody. I never did that in my career. I didn't know how to do it, okay? But buyers like that. They like to see a floor plan. If they go into a new home, they get the floor plan, okay? You can do that on existing homes also, okay? So when you see this in LVR, click on it, play around with it, see if it's worth it. But I think this is just another value-added thing LVR has added to us, for our fees and dues and stuff that we're paying. And I want to plug something for Carrie Meyer. If you guys are interested, tonight there's a broker open.
Yes.
Only agents can attend at her property on 50 Carolina Cherry from 5 to 7. I think she had over 100 agents RSVP for it already. It's a $2 million thing? $2 million, I think?
No, 1.9.
1.9, 2 million, okay, $2 million thing. 50 Carolina Cherry from 5 to 7. I'm gonna try to get there before I play pool. I play pool on Thursday night, so it might be hard for me to get there, but I'll do my best. But it'd be nice if some of us showed up to give her a little support. All right, Wend, what do we got, Wend? What are we gonna close the meeting with here? Some really good stuff? What do you think?
Yes.
There she is. Okay, there she is.
So, real quick, in the packet, there is Wendy's hours. Okay, super important. This was actually posted probably about 5-6 months ago because I was getting calls at 2 in the morning and 4 in the morning. My cell phone is not a 24-hour hotline. It just is not. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm here to help you with anything that you need. This is a little outdated though because that was from my frustration 6 months ago. So now I've updated and extended my hours a little bit. But I'm here every day, and Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. 5 to 7 p.m. I accept text messages on my cell phone, and I will always send you back. After 7 p.m., it is email only, guys. I have a life, I have a family, I have to cook dinner, I have to do all that. But my phone is going off 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock at night. It just can't. And it's just like, when's the calendar coming out? It's just not super important. And on the weekends, I do, so we work nights because Tim's the same, guys, we're here for you, right? But then on the weekends, it's 9 to 4, and I will answer if I can. I'm not obligated to answer, but if my phone is available and I'm available, and I'll get it. But please understand if I say, hey, it'll have to be a couple hours, don't go, why are you not available, what do I do, it's if I'm available, but I'm here for you. I really am here for you. So email me, text me, whatever, but please do it during those hours. I mean, I do need to sleep also. So super important. All right, so going on, do I have the slide?
I don't know.
I
This one?
included this slide, yes. This is the same one from last week. We didn't get to talk about it because we were playing Kahoot. But just a couple of prospecting ideas. So I do like handwritten notes, or you can type them up and then just sign them or whatnot. But put your little, your picture on it or whatnot. I do kind of similar to the CMA thing that Justin would do, but every 6 months I would do a property evaluation. It's just a touch base. Here's what, your property on 123 Main Street is 2,500 square feet. This is what's going on in your neighborhood. I don't know if you are looking to downsize or if you need a next gen or something. If anything's changed in your world lately. But I kind of let them know, I haven't stepped in it, so I don't know if you've done any upgrades, but if you want me to come take a closer look. Guys, that one, and I put it in a little, I hand sign it, I type it up, put my picture, contact information, and then I hand sign it, and then I put it in a little yellow envelope that I get at Office Depot. And I send those out every 6 months, and I guarantee you, and it's just to my past clients, my friends, my family, whatever, somebody will contact you and want to sell or buy or whatever it is. Every time, like a year and a half ago, I had 4 people off of all of my people that I sent that sold. So I'm like, it works. It's just because it's specific for them and they know that you've taken the time and they're like, okay, well, you know what, we are thinking, whatever. So they will contact you, so take the time to do that. But you can do car magnets, car windows, car wraps, whatever you want to explain that, or just, tell people that you are a realtor. I have so many agents that I'm watching that nobody even knows you guys are realtors. You're not telling anybody, you're not passing out your cards, you're not changing your social media, you're not doing anything. Your voicemail, oh goodness guys, I call you guys back and there's just this automated voicemail. Say, hi, this is Wendy from Realty One Group. I can't make your call, I get your call. Just change your voicemail, tell people you're a realtor. That's the #1 thing. Can't be secret agent, we've all heard it. Do a client appreciation barbecue. Volunteer, find something you're passionate about and volunteer, because those are like-minded people. And then when you go there, don't just jump into anything and say, well, I'm here, and then just try to drum up business. You actually have to do something that you like and be consistent about it. Just because you show up 1 or 2 times, they're not gonna remember you, they're not gonna use you. You can make connections, but consistently do things, guys. Pay for the person behind you at the drive-thru and make sure that they give them your business card. That's a good one. Visit garage sales, right? That was great. Hope you have a nice day. Something. But don't just pay and say, okay, just give me your card, right? Visit garage sales and talk about the host. Veronica Tashida actually did that, got her first listing by doing that. She went to a garage sale and talked to the homeowner and she got the listing. So it does work, guys. So meet with human resource departments at, like I did this way back in the day with my husband's business. I went in there and I'm like, hey, can I do a client appreciation or whatever it is? I would bring candy bowls. I would have mortgage lenders come in and talk. And so you don't have to, it could be any kind of business, but if they want to help, hey, I want your employees to succeed, maybe purchase a home, sell a home, whatever it might be. Can I bring a lender in here and we can have a day, and they can come on their lunch hour or whatever it is. So try to do something like that. You can network with CPAs or insurance agents. Monthly social media drawings. Judy Hirsch is not here. She's really pretty good about that. Let's see. Ask clients to share your pages, your social media pages. Then you can treat them to lunch for every 10 new subscribers that they've referred to you or something like that. Partner with a school and ask to do a teacher appreciation day. And then you can bring in breakfast and supply all that kind of stuff with a lender, title company, whatever it is you want to partner with, or just yourself. And then partner with marriage counselors. We talked about this, divorce. I hate to say it, but it's needed. It really is. That was a niche of mine for a little bit, but unfortunately some people get divorced. They have to sell that family home and potentially purchase 2 new homes. So it could be 3 sales there. And then partner with local businesses. This is one that I did a lot. Find 10 businesses, local businesses, mom and pop shops, donut shops, whatever it is, dry cleaners. Hey, if you advertise for me, can I advertise for you? I'll put you on this, I'll put you on that. Guys, if each one of those gave you 1 referral a year, that's 10 referrals that you didn't have to pay for or work for. You just dropped off flyers and business cards. So just think about little things like that. I mean, that's probably all I have, but I'm going to do a part 2 for next week. But any questions, anybody? No? All right, well, good luck for
There you go, Wen. Thank you, Wen. Hey, before we go, there's 2 things Justin said that I thought was kind of really powerful. It brought me back to when I was an agent. I think every morning when we wake up, our issue is, what are we going to do to get a deal, right? I mean, really. Me and Wendy wake up every day, what do we got to do to get an agent to join the Realty One Group? Really, it's the same thing, And I used to block off an hour and 90 minutes in the morning, an hour and 90 minutes in the afternoon at RE/MAX when I started in 2008, and I would be in one of the conference rooms. I've told you guys this many times. Bring a little headset, and I'm making phone calls to a RE/MAX agent subdivision of a home we just sold. It just closed last Friday. I got from ROC Title the 100 people that live in that subdivision. They gave me their names, addresses, email, and I'm on the phone calling them. Hi, Carrie, this is Tim at Remax. In case you didn't know, we just sold the Schaller house across the street for $1.5 million. Just wondering if you had any thoughts of selling. I got to hang up half the time, but sometimes they would talk, okay? And my point is, you need to have some sort of schedule. If you just kind of wake up in the morning and wonder what the hell you're going to do, you're going to just wander around all day wondering what the hell you're going to do, okay? So having some sort of schedule is really important. And I think the other thing he said, I would venture all of you have at least 3 people in the last year or 2 you've spoken to about selling. Is that fair? Friends, relatives, someone you ran into, and they haven't sold yet. His idea of sending them an email with a Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com value of their house. Hey, Callie, it's Tim at Realty One. We haven't spoken in a couple of months. I was doing some research in your neighborhood, and I was on Zillow, and they said your house is worth this. And actually, snip that Zillow thing into your email and put Realtor.com below it and send it to them. They're going to call you back, or some of them will, and it costs you nothing. Just kind of being organized and figuring out how to do that. So Justin has done all the homework for us, okay? The whole plan is there. But I think if you do that, people are wondering what their house is worth, especially if it's too low. They're going to say, Zillow was full of shit. Nah, my house is worth much more than that, Tim. Realtor.com, I don't know what they're doing. And that will add up over time. And he said to do three CMAs a day. I don't know about that. It's a little much. Let's make it crazy, okay? And he's assuming you're working every day of the month. All right, Justin, we're not that, but let's say 20 days of the month, you do 2 a day, 40 a month. You email or text out to people that know you or people that you've been in contact with. You're going to get a response. It could be taking me off your list, but you're going to get a response. And that's the idea. And he's right. Tom Ferry had this thing, for every 44 conversations, you do a deal. Justin's is 1 out of 50. All right, let's make it 50. Okay, and it's really true. Talk to 50 people about real estate. Eventually, you're going to get a deal. So, anybody have a new listing they want to promote? Anything exciting, or an old listing that's not selling? And no, we're all good. Hey, Janet, go ahead.
I have a new listing coming on this
You do?
weekend.
Okay.
And it's in Sun City Anthem, which is up in Henderson, but it's in the only gated neighborhood that they have in Sun City Anthem. And there are no gated neighborhoods in Sun City Summerlin, just so you know, or Aliante, or McDonald Grand. So at any rate, it's a really unique situation where it's truly a gated neighborhood. It's of course a single story. And it's about 1,850 square feet, 2 bedrooms. It's a great floor plan, beautiful, big, kind of like a great room. It's a great neighborhood. So it's coming on. It's probably going to be right around 6, just under 6 maybe. And yeah,
Nice.
It's been fresh paint, new carpet. It looks really good.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Go ahead.
And I have a listing under 400,000.
Really?
The
Wow.
3-bedroom, 2-bath in Southwest for 365.
What's wrong with it? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, come on. What's wrong with it?
Car garage.
Okay.
It's $85, so it's actually a good one.
And how big is it?
It's 1,230.
1,200 square feet?
1,230.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, there's not many listings under 400,000. There really isn't that many roaming around here. So, anybody else? We're all kind of good. All right, gang. I appreciate eat some more of Rock Title's food. Very nice. Fred, you brought out here today, as always. Okay. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Thank you.